Welcome back to the Morning View. The story making rounds on the People's Gazette front page is experts warn fuel price hikes will lead to malnutrition. Some experts have expressed concern that the hike in the pump price of petrol could lead to malnutrition in the country. In an interview with journalists on Sunday in Abuja, the experts said the situations would occur due to the increased cost of living for many households. The Nigerian National Petroleum Company Limited (NNPCL) retail management on September 3rd approved the upward review of petrol pump prices from 568 naira and 617 per litre to 897 naira per litre. A development economist Muhammad Nasivi noted that the new price would worse hit low-income earners because of the likely increase in the cost of transportation, which would also affect food prices. Mr. Nasivi said the situation could lead to health challenges such as malnutrition and increased food insecurity in the country. In his words, the rising cost of food and other essentials can lead to malnutrition or food insecurity, particularly among vulnerable populations. These factors can exacerbate health inequalities and strain public health systems, he said. This is really a sad development in Nigeria, and it can be really, really, really disheartening for the most vulnerable. Now, I won't want to open this conversation, but I would like that we take this conversation a little personal as much as we are making analysis. Now, I want to hear your thoughts on this prediction by an expert. I think right now, with the Nigeria that we are in, we don't need an expert to tell us that this will lead to malnutrition, because you know that you're earning, let's say, 50,000 naira, and you're going to your place of work for 1,000 naira to and fro transportation before. Now that price of fuel has increased, automatically transport fare is going to increase by 2 as well, which is 2,000 naira. Let's say you work for 6 days in a week, that is 6,000 naira. You work for 24 days in a month, that is 24,000 naira, and you are earning 50,000 naira. If you calculate price of food that you are going to eat, 24,000 naira is out of your 50,000 naira already. You are left with 26,000 naira. That is excluding bills that you have to pay. Personally, I went to the fuel station to get gas yesterday, and they told me that gas now is at 1,350 naira per kg. And I'm wondering, I have to be asking the guy, sir, why is this thing expensive like this and all of that? A lot of persons who came to fill gas, they were complaining as well that 1,350 naira per kg, that is infuriating and all of that, and they were lamenting bitterly. What this thing is basically about is to get your reaction on how this is affecting you as an individual. This prediction, let's bring it home. Let's take it far away from analyzing. Let's bring it home. How is this going to affect you personally?
Oh, well, I say that this problem of fuel price increase is a problem like a tree with many branches. All right, it's going to affect virtually everything. It's going to affect the price of food, because the food gets to the market via transportation. It's going to affect. Currently, it's already affecting education in some states. It has led to to indefinite sit at home of students in some states. Personally, it's going to affect me, because you transport to work. You transport to work, and the salary remains the same. The salary remains the same, and it's a big problem, because there is no how, just like expert as warned, there is no how this current situation will not lead to malnutrition. Before now, people were already crying for, for food. People have been crying that they cannot, maintain good feeding, just imagine what it will become this time. That, of course, by the time this current price has come to stay, everything, it will reflect in everything.
Yeah.
It will reflect in the cost of food and everything. So it's definitely going to lead to malnutrition. Nigerians have now subscribed to begging.
Sincerely.
You know, when anybody talks about some people being maybe most vulnerable, I always correct that impression that every Nigerian is now vulnerable.
Exactly.
Nobody, the policies.
I know somebody that is, as in, she's not wealthy, but she's rich. That at least
She can take care of
her own needs and all of that. And she was saying last week that she was supposed to go to an event, but when she bought fuel, 30,000 naira, and the thing is just dangling in a fuel tank. She had to stay back and call them that, I'm sorry, I will not be able to come, because she will need that fuel to go to a place of work where she's going to get more money. So practically everybody is now vulnerable.
Very vulnerable.
Because we are spending, there's no, even if you don't have a car, you are spending on transportation.
Exactly.
And transportation is going to affect everything. Go to the market today. Go to the market today and go and check prices of things. It is really disheartening. So this case of malnutrition, they should not be surprised that it is virtually every Nigerian, especially the average Nigerians, that they will see that if care is not taken, you will start seeing that Nigerians are walking on the streets and breeze is carrying them. Because people that are doing 111 before, they are now doing 101. Because salary is not increasing, income is not increasing.
It has been long people did 111. Sincerely, under this administration, people no longer do 111. You know, the Tinubu's administration has drained people. The policies has drained people. So I don't think anybody, me personally, I'm not doing 111. So let it not be I'm saying what I don't know. People are no longer doing 111 under this administration. The truth of the matter is, there is no how with what already there is. It will only increase. Yeah. It will only get worse. If it's about malnutrition, there is already malnutrition. It will only get worse. And now, a lot of systems are not in place, are not functioning to take care of what is happening. Go to the hospital, sickness will increase. When people don't eat what they should eat, they fall sick. We saw the case of cholera and all that, malaria. A lot of things are happening now, and a lot of things will happen as a result of this thing.
Do you know that it may not have become this terrible had it been the system that you mentioned, there are system in place that take care of certain people in the country beforehand. So we will know that it is just the remaining people that will be looking for how to take care of themselves. Currently in Nigeria, there's no system that take care of the whole. There's no, if not that we have people who are coming up with NGOs taking care of orphanages. If not, those ones it is another conversation entirely on how to take care of them.
Sorry, how can we have a system taking care of the old under a government that is willing to spend the pensions meant for the old people who have retired? A government who is willing to borrow their money, not is it borrow or to take, and use it on infrastructure? You know, how can we say that such an administration will think of taking care of the old? The administration has dilapidated. They have destroyed the structures that have been in place. They have so destroyed just because of I don't really know what becomes of this political party after now, sincerely, because in as much as some people have a lot of respect for them before now, but they've so destroyed their image by all the policies they've introduced under 1 year in office, just to suck the people, just to enrich themselves. I don't know what becomes of this political party after now. Sincerely, personally, if there is any form of regard I have for them before, they've lost it, because they've made Nigerians cry. They've made Nigerians weep. They've made Nigerians vulnerable. Just imagine an administration, a government that does not have regard for the future of Nigerian students, Nigerian youth, that you can tell them to stay at home indefinitely as a result of fuel price, and their activities that are not of positive impact in the life of the people. because of course the activities are not addressing the needs of the people.
Mm.
They are not on hold as a result of this same fuel price, but students can be said to stay at home indefinitely because there is increase in fuel, something that can be taken care of. So what is, I don't know what this administration stand to hold on to and boast as their achievement, at the end of this their tenure, that will even make people to talk about them come 2027. Sincerely, it's so disheartening.
It is easy for somebody who has experienced something before to relate with you.
Hmm.
And it come back to if some of our leaders has actually forgotten where they emanated from. Some of them, they were raised from the slum. They were raised from poverty, abject poverty, until they rise to stardom.
Sorry to come in. Sorry. Somebody like Nelson Wike. Nelson Wike back in the years used to work in the motor park. He was struggling for survival. But look at Nelson Wike today coming out and making life difficult for people, making it look as if it's so bad. What you said now really caught my attention. If you want to trace some of these our politicians, their days of when they were young, how life was to them, and somebody brought them into power, and today they act as though they never tested poverty.
Yeah, exactly. Because I'm just looking at it that you've experienced a trip before. You should be able to see reasons with the people. Because in Nigeria, other developed countries, I would always say that there's something that they are subsidizing for their people.
Yes.
Whenever there is introduction to any tax, there is still other benefits that they are getting from the people, from the government. Look at, if you go to Ghana, for instance, there is a system that ensures that when their old men get to 50, there is a system that takes care of their health. They don't need, all that they need is just a card or an identity to just go to the hospital for medical checkup free. They get drugs, they go in, they move in and out of the hospital, and they have access to these things. I could remember recently in Osun State, there's the handicapped and the less privileged in Osun State. They had to call out the governor to make room for them to get employed, for the fact that they are recruiting new teachers. So you see that there are no system that take care of the handicapped. Go to our banks, go to our hospitals. There's only room for people who has two legs to walk. There is less room for means of walking through for those who are less privileged, those who are using wheelchairs. So the reason why I'm saying this is going to affect every fiber of Nigeria is because had it been their system that take care of some of this less privilege, you know that the only people whose needs to be taken care of now are people who maybe they are public servants, people who are working to earn salaries. They will look for other source of income, they will find the means for themselves and all of that. So you see that it will affect less of the larger populations of Nigeria. But because there's no system that take care of us, there's no system that take care of the old who are living already. So this thing is affecting every fiber of the Nigerian people, affecting every sector, and there's no way for you to even address it. There's no subsidy at all. We are still paying high on electricity, we are paying high on fuel, we are paying high on everything. I'm just wondering that what exactly is the Nigerian government subsidizing for us? There was a recent conversation that they increased the value adding tax from 7.5 to 10 naira, and the Minister of Finance came outside to address it that no, it is still at 7.5 naira. So if Nigerians are not talking about it, that 2.5% increase would have come to stay. So what exactly, the conversation now is, what exactly are we benefiting from the Nigerian government?
Absolutely nothing.
Because it amazes me that how can you keep straining and straining and straining your own people, yet the people who sit on the position up there, they are living large.
Very
These
large.
people they don't even know the prices of things in
At
the
all.
markets, because they are not in the markets with the Nigerian people. So how do we address this? Let me hear your final thoughts from here.
You see, do you know that this will actually surprise you that some of these, should I say some, or all our politicians, they, despite the should I say the period of long queues in fuel station for fuel, They don't participate in that.
Mm.
They get fuel distributed to them in their homes. They have tanks of fuel in their homes. These are people. So when you talk about queues, long queues in Nigeria, they don't see it as a
They can't
reality
relate.
because they're not feeling it. Every day they are burning fuel because they are not paying for it. You see, what I would just say is that one thing about problem is that when a problem comes and is not given attention, is not being attended to, it keep on piling up. That is why we are at where we are today. Things keep on going wrong and they are not being addressed and they keep on increasing. They keep on piling up until we get to where we are today. And if this administration keep on, in this their manner, things will grow from worse to worse. Honestly speaking, it's so bad. It's so bad that there is nothing any Nigerian can come out. You cannot meet any Nigerian now and try to interview the person and expect anything positive from the person about this administration. It's so bad that nobody is speaking, speaking good of this administration. Nobody is speaking good of our president. What makes you a leader? What makes you a happy leader if your people are not speaking well of you? What makes you a happy leader? Where I wonder where our leaders, our politicians derive their joy from. The people you claim to be representing, most of the time they say they are going to this country, that country for one mission or another. How do they present themselves? Because the Nigerians they go there to represent are not speaking good of them. And it's not out of hatred, it's not out of ethnicity or whatever, it's based on reality. The people have no reason to speak good of them. There is not, you asked about a question, what are the Nigerians, what are we benefiting from? Because I said nothing. Health, zero. Education, zero. There is no light. There is nothing. There is nothing you can say, okay, out of 5 major problems in Nigeria, okay, they have taken care of this. I tell you, 1 year is enough to show results. All right, so it's nothing. And I want to say that this administration should know that the Nigerian citizens, you keep on your dog. There's a way you beat your dog. It gets angry and become and come against you. They should know that what happened the last time, the protest that cropped up the last time was a protest birthed out of reality, and they keep on increasing this reality. They keep on making it difficult and making it possible for the people to come out again. It might not really be how they witnessed it the last time, because the people know what they have. The people know that they have what can take care of their needs. So the government should do well to address these issues. Now it's beginning to affect our students, Nigerian students. It's beginning to now malnutrition. So many things. This will lead to increase in crime. Because when a man is hungry, just imagine a man with children. Just imagine, and they must feed. Food is an essential thing.
Yeah.
At least, even if you don't have shelter, you have food. You can decide to sleep anywhere. Right? What now? People can no longer feed. So by the time malnutrition increases, we don't have hospitals. For, the system that take care of the sick people as citizens. Nothing. So the government should do well to address this issue so things don't get out of hand.
All right. On this note, this is all that we'll be able to take on the newspaper review segment right here at Prime Media TV. But we would like that you join us in our next segment. That's the market today that will be coming up shortly, so that you can have a view of the experience of Nigerians in the market as we take you through the prices of foods, the price of food in some markets in Lagos, Nigeria. Please do well to tune in on that segment as soon as the show comes up. Before we leave the studio, we'd like that you follow us on all our social media platforms. On Facebook, we're Prime Media TV. On Instagram and TikTok, we're Prime Media Studios. On the website where you're currently watching us, we're Engine Speak, and you can please follow us on our YouTube channel at Prime Media TV. I am Ayo till I come your way again on the Morning View tomorrow. Do have a great day.